Is there an advice that Rasulullah gave us for a deed that we can do that is, does it take so much time for me to do, or doesn't take like money and effort? I'm usually busy, I want something that's simple.
Actually, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that أَحَبُّ الْأَعْمَالِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَدْوَمُهَا وَإِنْ قَلَّ. He actually said that the most beloved deed to Allah, right? Not just any deed that you can do, but the most beloved deed to Allah is the consistent one, even if it's a small one, right? So actually it's not, the most beloved deed isn't this big deed like Hajj, like, memorizing the entire Quran, something that might take a lot of time and money. It's actually a small deed that you do, but you do it consistently. And why is that? Because actually doing a deed consistently shows, it's a sign of your iman, and it shows your niyyah, it shows your intention. Because if you do something through the highs and the lows, right? If you do a deed through the good times and the bad times, that shows that you're really doing it for Allah, right? Someone who only prays sunnah when he's in the masjid, right? When other people are around him, but he doesn't do it at home, his intention might not be solely for Allah. It might be for the other people that can see him. So if you're doing a deed consistently, it's actually a sign of your iman.
But I would think that Allah SWT would love when you spend money, or you put a lot of effort into a deed. That way it should be the best thing Allah SWT loves, because you've put most of your effort or most of your time or deed or money into that deed. How is it that a small action that's continuous, that's Allah SWT loves this the most?
So actually Allah does love for us to put a lot of effort, right, when we do something. But everyone is in different scenarios where someone might not be able to put in a lot of money, for example, into a deed. But the fact that Allah kept it so open-ended is actually a sign of His mercy and His wisdom. His mercy because it makes it so you can pick a deed that you know that you can do and stick to it. If He had made it, the most beloved deed is like memorizing Quran, for example. That might be really hard for people that don't know Arabic, right? And it might be really easy for people who are born into Arabic-speaking families and whatnot. So it wouldn't exactly be fair. But this way, you can pick a deed that you can do. And there's also a lot of wisdom behind this as well, because doing something consistent is actually how you start good habits, right? Whenever you want to do a good habit, you never pile it on, you never tire and exhaust yourself out in the very beginning, because you're not going to continue with it. You always start out small, but you stay with it. For example, if you want to memorize Quran, right, it would be really exhausting if you only memorize Quran every Friday for 3 hours, right? And not only would you not remember it by the time the next Friday comes, but you would be exhausted by that Friday. But if you spend however much you can, 10, 15, 20 minutes every day memorizing something, it's not only going to stick in your brain, but it's going to become a habit, right, that you can continue on and follow on.
So you talked about small deeds that you can do, for instance, going to the masjid for one prayer to start with, or reading Quran every day for 10, 15 minutes. What other deeds do you recommend as well that you can do that's small, and Allah SWT would love if you do it continuously?
Well, it's really anything that kind of suits you, right? Everyone's different. Maybe going to the masjid might be easy for someone or hard for someone else. So it's really what you can do. But for example, giving sadaqah, right? Giving sadaqah is something anyone can do. And you can start off with $1 a day, right? Take $1 out of every day and put it into like a monthly savings, and then give that to an organization that you support. Volunteering is another one, for example, right? Go to your local masjid or your local Muslim organization and whatnot, and see what you can do to help out, right? When you're doing that might integrate you into the community more. You might make new friends and whatnot. Fasting is another one, right? Fasting every Monday and Thursday. That was a sunnah that the Prophet used to do, right? And there are a lot of mental and physical, obviously there are spiritual benefits, but there are a lot of mental and physical benefits that we've seen from fasting. It makes your body stronger. It makes you that you don't rely on having to eat you're not overindulging in eating, right? You're able to hold back, and it prepares you for Ramadan as well. Sunnah prayers, for example, before and after our salah, they can be as small as 2 rak'ahs, but they can actually cover up for any imperfections that you have in your fard salah. So there are a lot of things that you can do, just small deeds that you can do consistently, and it's really up to you to pick which one kind of suits you better. So try to pick one good deed, inshallah, that you can start and stay consistent with. And it might be hard at first because you're not used to it, But once you keep going and once you keep doing it, it becomes easier and it becomes a part of your life, inshallah.